remake in the works, you guys, and you know what that means. Hollywood must be stopped no matter the cost. Grab your pitchforks for candlesticks and meet me on Nerdist News Live right now on Twitch. Board game movies, we've seen our fair share. Battleship, Ouija, that Candyland movie that Adam Sandler's constantly threatening us with. They're pretty much all crap or future crap, with one sterling exception, Clue. The 1985 flick took the game's basic concept of a murder mystery, colorful characters, a spooky old house, and a bunch of obscenely violent murder weapons and turned it into an outrageous farce that featured some all-time great performances from some of our all-time favorite actors. I mean, Tim Curry is literally God for this movie alone. Although I'd also say legend. He was pretty rad in that. I mean, let's be honest, he's great in everything he's in. But now, in one of the most profoundly crude, possibly straight-up evil moves in Hollywood history, 20th Century Fox has announced plans to remake Clue as a globe-trotting action-adventure movie with franchise potential. Nothing is sacred, ever, you guys. Seriously, all kidding aside though, we here at Nerdist News don't believe for a second that an unnecessary remake is going to ruin or somehow delete all memory of the original. Go ahead and remake everything you want, because who cares? It's only millions of dollars that you're wasting when people don't show up for a PG-13 take on RoboCop or Total Recall. No, our real problem is how dumb Fox's approach here is. Clue doesn't have much to adapt in the first place. It's just a murder mystery in a contained environment. The original flick took that simple premise and built on the inherent gallows humor. It was simple and it worked like gangbusters. Turning the game into a globe-trotting action-adventure thingy doesn't really sound like an adaptation of Clue at all. You're just wasting brand recognition because there aren't enough massive Clue heads out there to make back your crazy blockbuster budget. Say that 50 times, Jesus. Remember, the original movie, while beloved, is still only a cult hit. In fact, when Clue released, it bombed horribly and got scathing reviews that called the movie out for being a cheap, desperate cash-in on a board game that nobody took seriously, which I don't totally understand because that game was the best. I mean, those little murder weapons alone made that game worth buying. Yeah. Only years later, when the flick became a TV staple on stations like Comedy Central, did younger generations embrace it for what it was, a great farce. The brand name did nothing for it. I mean, let's look back at Battleship, which similarly tweaked its boats versus boats setting to turn into a weird, hyper-patriotic alien invasion thingy. It was a huge flop. And the people who did go to see it weren't going because they're die-hard Battleship fans. They just wanted to see Rihanna shoot an alien with a cannon. Now, yeah, I don't blame them, but now we'll never get that authentic, methodical ship strategy movie that we deserve. One of Ben's better jokes. Basically, what we're saying is, quit it, you guys! Quit it, Fox! There's nothing you can do to improve the original Clue's perfect screwball alchemy. If you want an earth-spanning action franchise, then go ahead and make one, but there's no point in squandering the Clue name. Save that for, I don't know, an actual murder mystery flick, if you must. But what do you guys think? Are you down for a blockbuster Clue remake? Do you love the original as much as I do? Are there other board games you can think of that would make a better action-adventure movie than Clue? Let's discuss. And by the way, we did this episode live today on Twitch, and we're going to do it again tomorrow. So if you want to see all this craziness happen without a net, Mike, and join our after-show discussion, get over to twitch.tv/Nerdist at 3 p.m. Pacific time. We need to see more of you guys live, so come on over. Join us in the chat. Dan has an all-new Dan Cave where he tells you the 13 movies you have to go to see this fall. And don't forget to keep checking Nerdist.com for all your Nerdist news. Yeah.